this hearing. Ms. Doherty, let's just continue. So there's a need for more ICE agents. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And we're having a hard time filling that need?
Yes, sir.
Is it fair to say illegal immigrants are not taking those jobs away?
I don't believe they are, sir.
So if you're looking for a job, call the ICE people. So March 5th, Mr. McCann, if we do nothing in Congress, what happens?
Thank you, Senator. Beginning March 5th and each day after that, the validity date of the employment authorization documents will begin to expire for current DACA recipients.
So people have jobs will lose their legal status and no longer be gainfully employed.
That is correct, Senator. They would no longer have the authorization to be employed.
People who've lived here most of their lives, all their adult life, will have no place to go other than being deported, right?
Unfortunately, lacking that authorization as well as the prosecutorial discretion from DACA, they would no longer have a standing in the country. That's correct.
And Mr. Doherty, the purpose of this wind down is to give Congress time to act. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We'd like to help you get there if you want our help.
You think that's the president's desire to find a legislative fix?
Yes, very much so.
Do you think it's his desire to give these kids a decent life?
Yes.
Do you think it's desire to secure the border as he promised?
Yes, sir.
You've been working on this with Senator Kyle for a very long time. You're a good man. Do you believe the DREAM Act kids on a whole, I mean, there's always outliers in any large group, add value to the country or they're a liability?
They're a benefit to the country, as are many immigrants coming in.
You
I
agree with
served
that?
as the ombudsman. I naturalized people to become U.S. citizens. It means a great deal. They are a valuable contribution to our society. We need to regularize their status through some legal means.
Do you agree with that, Mr. McKemmett?
I do, Senator.
So we got the administration appearing before the Congress saying that these DREAM Act kids, DACA kids, add value to the country. The president says he wants to give them legal status. And the only thing standing between that outcome is Congress. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
How would you feel if you were one of these DREAM Act kids knowing the only thing between you and certainty is Congress?
I don't know
Never
how to
mind.
answer that.
I withdraw that question. Do we have a large group of people who have given, that we give legal status to live here all their life that don't have a pathway to citizenship? Is there 800,000 people holding some kind of visa that can stay here all their life but never have a chance to be citizens?
No.
That you know of. Do you know of?
I'm not aware of,
Do
Senator.
you think now's a good time to start that process?
No.
No, sir.
Me either. So one of the problems you have in Europe is a lot of people are sort of the hired help outside looking in. That's a problem with European immigration. Do you agree with that, Mr. Doherty?
Yes, I think creating second-class citizens or people who never are able to naturalize is not a good model.
Do you think the president shares that view?
I do.
We can get a bipartisan compromise.
I don't know how we can't fix this problem, but maybe we'll find a way. Border security, is it fair to say that the border could be improved in terms of security?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that if you don't eventually secure your border, you'll have another wave of illegal immigrants?
You will, and you'll also have the danger of people, including unaccompanied alien children, transiting to your border and getting hurt.
What happens to their parents if we do the DREAM Act?
I think that's for Congress to decide how they wish to treat parents.
You got any recommendations, Mr. McKemmett?
Senator, but we would be very happy to work with you and the Congress to provide any technical assistance.
So you would have parents that brought the children here that they get zero benefit from the DREAM Act. Is that correct? The parents of the children.
Depending upon the parameters, Senator, of what would be passed, that could be a possibility.
Okay.
Yes.
So that group of people would have to be addressed separately, even if you passed the DREAM Act. Is that correct, Mr. Doherty?
If you passed the DREAM Act and gave status to young people, they eventually would be able to petition on behalf of their parents.
That was what I was wanting to get to. That begins chain migration. Do you have any ideas how to avoid that and make us deal with the parents through a separate process? What recommendations would you have regarding DREAM Act children sponsoring their parents?
Those qualifications are well known in the body. We have, the DREAM Act has been around for a long time. Age that you got here, no criminal history. Oh, you're thinking about the parents.
Sponsoring the parent.
Okay. Senator, I'd leave that to you. We're happy to help any way we can.